Bam. We are live, yo. All right, stocks 5150, yo. We are live. I'm doing double action today. I'm live also on TikTok, which kind of looks shitty because I'm also looking at and you just kind of just see half of my laptop. So I need to figure out hmm, how can I go live on multiple platforms? I think it's a way to do it. I know it's a way to do it. I just got to figure out how to do it. So I'll do that before the week's out. I don't know. Watch and see. Anyway, so what we got going on? We got today is March 8th, and we got the airlines are no longer a hedge for fuel costs. Yeah, well, this could hurt margins. So, of course, oil goes up, gas gonna go up, fuel gonna go up. So, it's gonna cost more to fly. I got my tickets the other day. Smart. BlackRock Fund limits withdrawals as redemptions. Yeah, so private equity. That's gonna be scary, gonna be tricky. Don't know what we're gonna do about that. So what else we got going on here? Boeing closes 500 jet orders ahead of Trump Xi meeting. That's supposed to be going on though with DJT and Xi's supposed to be talking. That's why old boy talking about this is only gonna last 4 weeks because he knows in 4 weeks that's when he gotta have that meeting with Xi. And that way he can stop it and say, "Oh, I was gonna stop anyway," because she probably gonna say, "You need to cut this crap out." So whatever. All right, where we at? Stocks. So we are gonna talk about. Let's see, MNQ. We're gonna see where we at. What this one looks like. First, before that, we do that. Let's look at because this is only future stuff. This is Sunday, and let's look and see what oil is doing. What we got? This is crude oil right here. This is the April contract. See, let's zoom out, go to the 4 hour. Not seeing any data. What's that all about? I wonder if they got us locked out. We can't see nothing. Let's see. Loading the chart. All right, there we go. You know what? Want to know what's crazy is I made 8K yo the other day when they attacked. That was wild. Look at this. This is how far back we were. If I would have held that, cause I was down here at 73 when I did that order. Look at it now. It's at 105. I would be paid had I held that. But you only know what you know. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's take this Fibonacci. Let's trace this up to the top. Got this on the daily chart. This is from February 6th. I mean March 6th. So we'll use that as the bottom. Basically when the let's go here. The conflict started. This up. So we at the top. 50% markets here, so we have gapped up. So crude oil is high. It's up at the top, but that's a no-brainer, right? So let's go down to the 15 minute. We're up at the top, making a book. This could be a bear flag, or we could be retracing back down to the 48, to the 14. I would have to say, personally, I mean, if you can afford it, go for it. But right now, just looking at this on the 15 minute, it looks like we're coming back to the halfway point of this original move here. and that's almost there. So that's about finished, probably for a retrace to bounce up. Probably just gonna play this part right here because this conflict is not gonna end like next week. I mean, it could, but let's look at it. Let's get a little more in details on it. See what I'm saying? Curling over, bouncing off the 14, track down to the 48. Then you got this big gap down right here, and that will be closed. That will be filled. You can best believe that. Don't think that. Do not think, and don't fool yourself and think that the gaps go unfilled. It might not be tomorrow, it might be next week, but I will tell you this, bro. It will be filled. That gap will be filled. It will be closed. So, and anyway, yeah, that's on the 5 minute. So we're heading back. I would say for it right now, we'll bounce off this 40, off the 14, which is at 104. Price at 106 right now. So it looks like we're meeting some support right there. So we'll probably come down before the market opens. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna do, but come back to here. I would say overnight we'll bounce to here and then retrace back up. Or we'll come down to the 48, which is the bottom of this, the top of the gap. We could come down, hit that 94. What is that? That's at 98. Yeah, we could come down to the 48, hit 98, and that'll throw everybody off and have everybody off sides, and then boom, run back up. That could happen also. So let's see, 5 minutes. That's us on crude oil. So like I said, man, I looked up that one day and made some money, and I ain't even lying. I'm gonna show you because it was luck. It was not skill. I just happened to be in the trade, and I was in the trade because I was like, I'm sick of doing this stuff. I'm gonna quit. Literally, that's what I said, and that just happened. It was wild. So here we go. Let's go those 7 days. All right. So where is that trade at? Cause then here it is right here at the bottom. See that? $8,300. Not a flex. Why it's not a flex is because I didn't do it on purpose. Now, had I known that we was gonna bomb Iran and that the price was gonna go up, guess what? I would still be holding. But I got out. It got out. I had it set for to make $900, and so it hit. And let me see if I can do this more so I can see the other one. I had it set so I can make $900, right? When I bought it, I bought two contracts, and see, I got in at 285 and 285.4, 285.3, and that was on February 27th over the weekend. And then we had the little crisis happen. Boom, and I had my order already in, and just like the waterfall, it cascaded, man, and I hit for 8. And of course, I'll be gambling. So because I'm gambling, I went in again on a big boy contract. Like, shoot, I'm gonna just do a crude oil. Why not? Let's see what happens. Because I did do some more. Um, I would call this a mini. The Robco, the gas. I did that was gas. What I did. This is not crude oil. So I did. I was like, you know what? Let me jump over to a big boy and do a crude oil contract. Because Rob follows the gas contract follows crude oil. So I jumped in, right? And I did a couple and I got, boom, got 90, boom, got 55, boom, got 43. I was like, oh, okay, it's getting good to me. Then I took a L, then I took another L, then I was like, ah. Then I went over to the crude oil and took a huge L. Then I was like, all right, that's enough of that. So now we back being normal again, base hits. My rule is to try to do $40 a day, right? That's what I'm here to try to do. Get $40 a day. If I get more, I get more, but try to do $40 a day and keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? So year to date right now we're sitting at 3,400, which is cool. Thank God for that because that really was just kind of like look. I mean, I can't even act like I did that on purpose because I didn't. And so that's that. Just being fully transparent and honest. And will I be trading any natural gas today? I mean, no, of course not, because these contracts are expensive, and I don't even have enough money in here for that. So look, this is how much these contracts cost. Let's see. If you don't know, I'll hit this because I know I ain't got enough in there to buy one. So we're at 106, so I would bounce to 105. So let's see. You see that insufficient funds, but crude oil, a contract for crude oil costs $16,766. Yeah, no, no. This ain't little boy money right here. You know what I'm saying? That's not little boy money. So there you go. So you, unless you like heavily margin up, as you can see here too on the 5 minute, we bounced off the 14, and we'll probably play between the 5 and the 14. Maybe that's what we do all night. And there's money to be made between that because between the 5 and the 14, you got what, 2 points? So 2 points would get you in there. This stuff is $10 a point. So you can make some money. You can make some money because between that, what is that? Anyway, enough about that, man. You can make some money. But let's look at the gas. So RBOB, that's what they call it. You can see those charts are similar. You know what I'm saying? If I go here to look at the charts right quick. Uh so I got RBOB right here, got it up, and I got crude oil right here. And you can see they move similar. Um can't really see it on the, there it is, a little bit better. Yeah. All right, so you can see they both kind of move similar. See, we got the gap up, and I got this on the 1 hour, and this one is on the, what am I on here? Time is on the 1 hour. Boom. So you see they move similar. Gapped up, gapped up. So, but I'm not playing either one of these. Not today. Don't know what I'm going to trade actually right now. Go back to the grid, go back to active. You look at that. They move lock and step. Crude oil and RBOB. Now, a natural gas contract, I mean, not natural gas, but a RBOB, a gasoline future. Those are a little bit lower as far as the price goes. So let's check it out. Remember that was 16,000 to trade a crude oil. So RBOB, this is a light sweep right here. So let's go to RBOB for the April one. All right, so this is the April contract. See, same thing, bouncing off the 40, off the 14. It's on the 5 minute. The 14 is sitting at 3.303, and we are at 3.05 right now. All right, so just looking at the chart the way it is, say if you were going to enter one, you're getting a bounce to here, probably look at it to pull back, and then maybe continue. Um, I wouldn't necessarily go short right here, but if we zoom in some more, let's get down to the ticks, see what we're looking like. Let's see, we got us a doji. Yeah, it didn't know it's not sure what it wants to do. We could be bouncing and pulling up. The 5 minutes at 3.05, 14's at 3.03. All right, so let's just say what we do is we go, I don't want to say that, 3.05. I don't want to go short here, but I'm thinking that we're going to just bounce in between here, or we could pull back up into there. So let's just say we went long at 3.03. This is just for the vibe, just so we can see what the price is. Hold up. So I don't want to go in one actually. All right, so 3.057. So if I go right here, see that contract right there? Our RBOB contract, gasoline future, cost 16,161. Yeah, that's for one contract. Yeah, and I don't have enough in that. I want to look and see. I wonder if the price of the contracts went up with this volatility that's going on. Um, I wonder about that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all, but I do know that I hit my lick on that one because I don't remember spending 16,000 on it. I think it was like 12 or something. That's what I want to say. I don't believe it was. I don't believe it was that high. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I'm trying to figure something else over here. Hey, who knows how you can stream on different platforms? Like, say if you want to stream on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Let's see something. Trying to see how this is gonna work. All right. All right, that was that feedback. So yeah, because I want to have this like on a full screen, you know what I'm saying, for TikTok. For YouTube, it's on a full screen. YouTube can see the actual screen. But anyway, bump that. We on NQ right now, right? So let's start at the top. Let's go back. Looks like we're coming up, making a push up. So MNQ, we just been trading in this range. You can see I got my notes on here, right? What I say? Don't trade, don't trade earnings. That's what that says. I know you probably can't see that, but that right there says don't trade earnings. That's when I lose the most money when I try to trade earnings. It never fails. It's like, and it seems like it always gets good when it's earnings season, and then that's when I mess up and mess up. YOLO trade, yeah, earnings are YOLO trades to be perfectly honest with you. But you can look here if you're in the NQ, you can see we're still in the same trend that we've been in the same range from here to here since this is what this is November, October. So we're still in the same range since October. October. The same low since this low right here was in October. This high was in October. So we are slightly in a downtrend, but we're at this bottom half of this range. We touched that same range back in November. We touched that range and then we ran up. Now, I don't know. We wasn't in the middle of a war. I don't know what was going on. So much always going on. Then we came down and touched it again in February, and then we went up slightly. See, but this time we didn't go up as high, so that's a lower high. You see what I'm saying? So we kind of in a downtrend. This was all even, boom, 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 and this right here now maybe this is the range where we stay at. And as you can see, opening up, we gap down. And what I like to do, I'll say this: I have my colors set up. Red is the lower end, the bottom, and I have yellow, and I use that yellow for like my intraday stuff, and then green is the top. So if we break above that, then I'm like, oh, it's good to go. It's green. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's go time. So on the daily, we can look and see that we had gap down, right? So that's a no-brainer. That's where we at, gap down. Then we go down here to the 4 hours, see what we got. See what we got on the 4 hours. Bam. Look at that gap down. And you see, that's the top. We are nowhere near that. Now, we're below the 200. It's red on my chart. That's the 200. And then I have the blue is the 14, and I use the 14. So my EMAs, I use the 514 and the 48 and the 200. The way I look at things, or what I try to do, is if I'm below the 200, then it's bearish. You understand? If I'm above the 200, then it's bullish. Um, you can trade, you can get down lower, and this might, you can trade upside, but that's kind of counter trend trading, and that's taking a chance. But if you're below the 200, if you're below the 200, you're below the 200, and right now we're below the 200, we're below the 48, we're below the 5, we're below everything. We have gapped down. This is a bearish market, yo. This is not bullish. Even though we bounced off of that long term, see right here, we meant to hit this level before February 5th, so a month ago. We hit the same level and we ran back up. But look where we ran to. We didn't run like up and make a whole lot. I mean, that's a lot of money right there if you can ride that up. Like if you counter trend that and that gap fills, say tomorrow some good news comes, which I don't know what good news could be. Because we just had the jobs data come out and that wasn't good. And so they'll probably do a revision on the jobs data, and that might not be good. Or I don't know, man. The way everybody feels about everything, what's that called? Consumer confidence. consumer confidence overall and how people feel in general, it's kind of just like this market. It gapped down. We're all kind of feeling down. February historically is a down month. You know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of March, so and you can see we just been trading sideways. So literally, I think maybe if we look at this, let's go to a month. We probably like it. What are we looking like? We're still up overall. We're overall up, but kind of retrace. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know. Let me move this right here out of the way. Like if we do a Fibonacci on this, let's look and see on the monthly what we got. So let's do a fib from like that. I get everything to fit in my screen. All right, so if we do a fib to the high right there, that's that high, and the low is right here. All right, so if we do a fib, we are sitting at what? At the 73. So, the way Fibonacci's work, we'll probably retrace back and come to that 68. You know what I'm saying? So slide this over so I can see it. All right. So if we do a fib from the bottom to the top, and this is on the monthly, we're sitting right now in between the 61.8 and the 0.7476. So I mean, I would predict, and nobody should predict what the market's going to do, but this is kind of like a safe spot. But 61.8 would be next on deck for the 90 for the downside, which will give you what is that 23 100. So that could happen. We could come to that. If we just take this fib and bring it up to when we had a monthly doji, and we was flat. Just bring that up right to the most. Bring it to right here, the most recent, right there. Then we're sitting on the lower end. That's the thing. All this stuff is subjective, but from the bottom to the top, we're sitting at 61.8. So that's all you really need to know. Just keeping it real with that with this contract. So we're sitting here in the middle, and which that's what we've been at too, in the middle, trading sideways for a while. But I would expect, if anything, will come down, bounce, hit 2300, maybe. What are we at 24 too? That's not too far out of the realm of possibility. So we hit 2300 or whatever, and then we bounce back up and run. But we got the summer. What we got? We got March. This is March, April. Yeah, spring. We could turn it around a little bit, but I don't believe it'll get too crazy. You know what I'm saying? All right, get away from that. Let's get to the where we at? We was on the 15 minute. So we gap down. So we could be forming a bull flag. I mean a bear flag. Right here, you can see we touched the 5. We're meeting some resistance on the 15 minute right now. So um, on a bullish, I would say we could come up and come right here. You know what I'm saying? Like let's do another fib. Let's do a fib just on the move that we just did. So on this move right here. So if we just do the fib on this move right here, and we're on the lower end of this because this is from the gap down. So we're on the lower end of this, and we are at 0.23, and we're hitting that with resistance. So if that's turning into resistance, and we hold the support right here at 24, I mean that's good if we hold that for support, but it's not looking too good. On the upside, I would say best case we come up to 420, maybe right here, 2400. 24,000, sorry, 24,400. Maybe we come there and then retrace and then come back up. That could be the move. And then that could be the gap fill. Like we come up, hit 24,400, and then fall back down, and then boom. And then we'll feel like in the moment, even though we're still down, we'll feel like, oh man, the market is bullish, it's really doing good. But we're still overall right here in the same old trend, down in the dumps, just hanging out. hanging out down in the bottom. Yeah. So what we got going on? Um, I think earnings season should be over, but it's always something though. It's like it feels like with the market, man. Like I keep telling myself I'm gonna quit, right? I'm like I need to quit doing this because I keep throwing away money. Because like, look, I got tax write offs, bro. Like I literally got tax write offs. I'm not even joking when I say that. I got tax write offs, and that doesn't feel good, and that doesn't sound good. But I just started trading futures like a year ago. So I mean, nobody's perfect, so I ain't gonna beat myself up. And why quit, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just doing it because I want to. That being said, we can look on here on the 5 minute. You see, we're still, like I said, we're bearish. The 200's up here, 48's there, 14's there. So best case bullish, we come up to the 14, one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? One EMA at a time. And but bearish, if we look out, look below, we're really sitting at the bottom of where we've been holding. And this right here has been touched two or three different times and it's held. So if it breaks, like let's go back up on a higher time frame and look. If it breaks, then oh yeah, I want to say this too on my TikTok. Yo, thanks for joining everybody this saying something. Thanks. Appreciate it, yo. Appreciate it. Checking the brother out. So what I was gonna say is if I look at it on a 4 hour, you see we touched this level right here 24,259 right here, 24,200. We touched this back in February, right? So a month ago. We go back here, we touched it in November. But both times that we touched it, we retraced and came back to the upside. So you know how it goes. The more times you touch a support or a resistance, it gets weaker. It doesn't get stronger. So this is two touches. This will be the third touch right here. I think it's five and it breaks. You know, don't quote me on that. And I don't even know where I read that at. But we're at this level. So this is familiar territory. This is nothing new. And if we went to the downside, where would that be? The next level, like keeping it here on the 4 hour, the next level would be, see this right here. See, that was resistance and now it's support. So the next level would be to the downside, would be 23,700. Which remember when I did that Fibonacci, 23 was the low end. So we could break down to the downside. And that's cool, you know, get out of this range. Either way, if we go up or go down, but at least we get out of this range, you know what I'm saying? So 5 minutes, let's see what we got. Curling over. So we're gonna be down here on the end. Looks like that's where we're gonna be at. Go to the 1 minute. This is all chop city, yo. I mean, trade this if you like. But like you could go in, like say if you want to do a long, right? Right now we're below the 5, trending down. So really, truthfully, best case would be to do a short and to go short to 24,256. So do a short and go down like 10 points. Expect to get that 10 points. You know what I'm saying? So we're hitting here. We're trying to push up. But if we hit the 5 and then we'll go back, push back down. That's what I would do for the short side. 24,256. Oh, wait, what is that said? 24,264. Yeah, to the short, to the downside. And see, we just pushed up 75. So we hitting the 14, come up. Could we come up and we could hit the 48? We hit the 48, which would be 24,294 to the upside. So look for 290 coming up. Look for 290. That'll be if we get past this 77. Let's see what this next one does. All right, there it is, upside. So expect 290 now. Need a pullback. See, there it is. It pulled back. So 14 is what's gonna be the resistance. All right, push it back up. We're at 67. So the low on this one was 263. So we're at 69 right now. So let's get one. Let's get one at 65. See what's for 65. All right, we're 68. All right, so we in there 65. So we're going to the downside, but what we're doing is we're gonna play this bounce back up to keep it even, keep it small. 10 points. I got in at 65. I'm going for 77. So it's really 12 points, but and that's gonna be tough because, like I said, it's gonna go down, pushing up. 72. 65. See what I wanted to do. I needed to hold. Um, Go back and get some buyers and push back up because let's see what do we get to on that one. We got the 280. So I'm looking to get back up to 280 at least. Catch that. Now this could take me on the other way because, like I said, remember earlier, I was thinking it was going to come back even with this one, which was the low on this was 254. So we're at 253 now. So if we hold that level, push back up, catch that move up. So that short would have worked also. What we got while we wait? Iran's foreign minister says no one knows who will be the supreme leader. Hmm. So I guess they're saying that they hadn't chose a leader yet. What else we got? Let's see what we got on the calendar for Monday, March 9th. What do we have on the calendar? Wait a minute. I'll be right. I gotta get something to eat. Something to drink. That short would have been the move. Just saying. That short would have been the move. Yeah, that short would have made my move, and I would have had my couple dollars right quick. Had to go get me some snack on, man. Got me some grapes. All right, so we looking to get back up to two. Our order is 24,277. 17 points. 17 points. Struggling for it though. It really is. I might need to readjust. And what do we get on this one? See, because that's a bearish candle right there. We are struggling to make it past 67. Hmm. And in the wrong way. There's some buyers in there, some orders. My order's right there at 65. I mean, I'm looking to get targeted up to 77. You gotta be patient. And sometimes you're wrong. And then sometimes, if you wait long enough, you're right. But I can say I probably should have went short. These grapes are good. All right, so on tomorrow's economic calendar, what we got going on? We got tomorrow's March 9th. January we got leading indicators. That comes out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm, right now what's happening? At 7:30, Japan average cash earnings year over year. The forecast was 2.5 and the actual was 3. So they got more cash. But that's a bullish thing. That's a good signal for them, you know? It's a good signal. Yeah. Definitely should have went and hit my short instead of hitting that long. That long is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than I thought, for sure. I'm just shooting for 23. Yeah, we're heading back down to the bottom. Downside, will we get a bounce? Hmm, wait and see. I won't even lie to you. I'm probably more wrong than I am right. We're gambling. That was a crazy gap down right there. Down to the bottom, yo. Man, it was crazy good. All right, we're 64 down, playing back up to coming up to the 14, 244. 251 is our order. It's 61. See if we picked up some liquidity down here at the bottom. Let's see what we get. If we get an upside move, or we're gonna be hanging out down here at the bottom. We could be hanging out down here at the bottom for the rest of the night, or we could get us push up, get us a pop. 32. Making the move slightly, slowly, grinding slowly. What was I talking about? So at 9:30, at 7:50, which that is in 8 minutes. What else is happening? This is world stuff. So Japan bank lending year over year. That's coming up in 7 minutes and 39 seconds. The forecast, the previous was 4.5, and the forecast is 4.4. This is for Japan, which normally, this yen stuff, that stuff does matter. Um, but right now, we just kind of consumed with Iran. So anyway, what this measures, this bank lending measures the total value outstanding in bank loans issued for consumer and businesses. So, the borrowing and spending. So it's a positive correlation. So if consumers are borrowing money and businesses are borrowing money, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that measures for them. That's coming up in 6 minutes. And current account is also coming up. Current account, that measures the difference in value between imported and exported goods, services, inflows, income flows, and unilateral transfers during the reported month. So what they had before is 2.7 trillion, and the forecast is 3.19 trillion. So they're expecting an increase in that. So we'll see if we get that or not. And then at 9:30 we got CPI. Not sure what country code that is, CNY. But it's not. It's an orange folder. Matters for them. Then for us though, for the US, we don't have any market data. Nothing tomorrow. So Monday, maybe we will close this gap. Maybe we'll come in tomorrow. We'll come in hot and heavy and fill this gap. You know what I'm saying? And gap back up because we don't have any data. Nothing for us other than news. The next thing that we have is on Tuesday. We got the ADP weekly employment change, and that's the revision that they've been doing lately. So they'll revise it and say the numbers are not as bad as they were, because that's how they get down now. Ain't that crazy? You just come out with something and then you say, "Oh, oh, nope, nope, it's this now. Sorry, not that, but it's this. It's not this, but it's that. But nope, it's this, and then it's that." Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man. So we came up to the 48. The 48 has come down actually. So yeah, I'm holding on. Still to the downside. Heading back down. There it is. This looks like this might be the new range, which it won't be good for me. You know what I'm saying? Get some liquidity, bounce, pull back up. Cause definitely need a lot. I need a heat map. All right, this looks pretty strong. This might get me back up. I don't know if it'll get me up to where I need to be though. Yeah, uh, yeah. No, we giving up the gas. Dang, I don't like that at all. It's not helping the brother out at all. If we break below that level, damn, we broke it. That's not good. That's not good. Because if that level becomes resistance, kind of might be screwed. All right, let's get some. Let's get a move up, man. We need to pump up, yo. We need to push up. Need more gas. Let's go. Let's go. Ronaldo wants to go higher. 24,300 would be really nice. Dancing down here at the bottom. Yep. On the wrong side of this. Wrong side of history, ladies and gentlemen. Wrong side of history. What was I saying earlier that we hit if we break below that level it'll be 24, 2,300. So we at 24,100 now. Yeah, definitely going down. And that counter trend trade is nasty, not good at all. It's got a lot of work to do now. But this is what you like about NQ. It's the Wild West, yo. Oh, what was this Japanese data? Let's see. Did that have any impact on it? No, we got 30 seconds before that comes out. This is crazy though. This right here, we witnessed it. This is gonna prove to be now. It's gonna prove to be resistance. That was the support, so we broke that level. I mean, we broke through it. So now we got to try to fight to get up above that again. 24.5, 24.251. That's my order. Targeting 24. I forgot now, but let's see if we can push through. If this turns into resistance, then yeah. It's not gonna be good at all. Be stuck down here. Well, between 24 180 and 24 220. All right, let's go. Let's give some gas. Get it up. Definitely got to move. Let's go. 24 230. Bouncing. See, that's turning into resistance now. Now this level, which was previous support, now it's proven to be resistant. Now remember this we held for a couple months. You see here, all of that. So now we got to force up pass through that. If to the upside, if we can get back up that high. This is the lower end. So now what I'll do, this has to be the new low right there. And this might be where we dance at right now. This range here. Look at this 15-minute range. See where we at. These drops are nasty. See, so that's our new level now. We dropped slightly below it. Trying to push up on the 15, but got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. And that gap is so far away. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying that if we close this gap, fill this gap to the upside, it's gonna feel like a victory. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's only what that's 24 5, 24 600 or so. So it's only like 400 points, but it'll feel like a victory. Because we're down so far. Yeah. Yeah, so we set up us a new low, falling back down again. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Why I was talking about quitting trading is because of this right here. For some reason, it's not a smart reason. I don't set up stop losses. And so I'll get in it and I'll stay true, stay married to my position. And it works out sometimes, which is bad because I got bad habits. You know what I'm saying? And like right now, I'm sitting here and I'm what, 170, $170 down, only to make $40, and that's crazy. That risk doesn't make sense at all. None at all. Not at all. It does not make sense at all. Now I could close this out and then just trade, right? And you make 10 here, 10 there, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20. And then eventually you'll be back even. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot of work. So what I really do need to start putting stop losses in. Or at least when it gets to a certain number, I need to have a number that I'm comfortable with, which is crazy for me to say because I've been down $1,000 before and I just sit on it and wait and pause on that. But I just sit and wait, and then it comes back, and then I end up making 500, and I feel good. You know what I'm saying? So patience. One thing I can say about the difference between trading futures versus trading options, because I used to do options, is the theta. You don't have time decay working against you. I mean, contracts do end. Like this one right here is a March contract. It does end, but it's not gonna end like by Friday. At least not this contract anyway. Yeah, I don't like this price action is good, but it's I'm not a part of it. So now I'm just sitting and holding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not good. Dancing at the bottom, waiting on the hope. All right, what we got for Japan? Let's see. Japan current account. It is down. So the forecast was 3.19 trillion, and what they have is 3.15. So that's how the current accounts. That's what that shows. So that's down for them. And that's the difference between the imported and exported goods, services, income flows, unilateral transfers during the reported month. So nobody's having a good year. Meaning overall on the macro, it ain't a good time right now, man. It's not a good time. And honestly, if I didn't have this gambling, this mentality that I got, like I literally got a sign here. Check this out. I got this. I had this made. It says $40 a day, 10K a year. Don't overtrade. Stocks 5150. And I have that sitting right there at the bottom of my laptop. $40 a day is all I need to do. So that's part of probably why I hold on. But I could have closed this out and then traded and made the money back because we didn't drop down 102 times already. So like where is that right now? And then I could flip it and then go short and then just be like boom and trade that range. Trade this new range is what I'm talking about. Because now we're gonna go back down, probably to here again. Boom. And then turn around, bounce back up to the upside. Nope, look at that. Continue to make another low. That's a new low right there, bro. It's a new low. So now that's gonna prove to be resistance. It's a topsy turvy world. We gotta break up above that. It's gonna be tough. It's my new low. Definitely trending down. Gotta be patient though. We can break up and get above this 200, then we're back in business. See, that's on there. Let's see what we're looking like on the 5 minute. 5 minute is not as exciting. 5 minute, we bouncing, pushing up slightly. Got us some tweezers. A hammer got us a hammer, which is bullish, but we're still down below. And look where the doggone 48 is, man. Way up here. 14 is way up here on the 5 minute. Got a lot of work to do. All right, so if we can hold above this 200, get back green. Still got a lot of work to do though. All right, five's above the 200, but it's gonna dance there for a while. No guarantees and none of this. No guarantees, yo. So like I was saying, we don't have any news for us for until Us as in the U.S. On Wednesday we got red folders. We got the core CPI and core and CPI and CPI month over month and year over year. That's it. That's pre-market at 8:30. So that's on Wednesday. Tuesday the ADP numbers come out again. Those will be the revisions, and that's also pre-market on Tuesday. But Monday nothing for us, and so I we probably will close this gap. We'll fill this gap. Oil is coming down a little bit right now. It is at 167 or whatever. So we'll see. Yeah. Uh, Back below the 200. Back below the 200. We need some liquidity. We need to push up. Need some more hammers. Come on, let's go. Need those three green soldiers. Bam, look at that pullback. Nasty work. Thought that was gonna be the move. It wasn't. All right, this is it. One, two, three. Let's get up above the 200. Still trending back down. We can hold this level and bounce up. If we get back down here again, I mean, still gotta wait. That's all. Gotta wait. The weight game is nasty, and this is me being an idiot. 250 right now. I'm still in the middle. All right, here we go. We're curling up. We got to get above 24 198. Next target 195. Need to get above 198, 196, 97. Didn't do it. Here we go. Bam, 198. There it is. Let's go. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Next target needs to be 24 200. 24 207. We need to get up there. Let's go. We need to get up above 207. 207 and stay up. Target we're looking for is up at 250. So we need to get above 207 so we can be cooking with grease again. You know what I'm saying? Back up 207. Stay above 220. Might be some hope. Hope. Hope is not a trading strategy. In case you didn't know, that is what gamblers say. Hope. I hope this works out. I hope that works out. I hope. Like I literally said, I should have went short and then I went long because I be counter trend trading. Trading is like playing golf, and I don't know how to play golf, but what I've heard and what I've been told is that you play against yourself. So whatever's inside of you is what's gonna come out. And I tend to be a contrary type person apparently, because yeah, if everybody's going to the left, I'm gonna go right. If everybody's going right, I'm gonna go left. I just go against the grain. In high school, everybody wore What kind of shoes did they wear? I don't remember now. But anyway, I always wore something different. I like Pumas. And then I think I wore Nikes for a little while. But then when everybody was on Jordans, I ain't never owned a pair of Jordans, yo. So I was like, nah, no thanks. You know what I'm saying? If people like cars, they like BMWs, or they like Mercedes Benz, I like BMWs. I just tend to be a counter type person, contrary, which is not, which can be good, but then again, it depends, So that's what this trade was. This trade is a counter trend trade, and it's kind of kicked my butt so far. You know what I'm saying? I was down. Look, we broke a new low. We broke the low that we have not broken before. Go up here and look. Put this at the 4 hour. We were previously, that was the low was here, and we broken down below that. And now we're here. So this is something that has held since like what, back here. We were here. So that was in February, and we touched that 3 times. So the third time was the charm, and it broke below it, and so now we're at a new low, which is this level where we're at now, dancing, and we need to push up. We need to get back up above, and then we'll be good to go. We are in this new train, in this new range. Look at this, which was not new because look, here we are. This is the low that we were in November, so we actually came back and revisited the November low. Very interesting. November low was 24,180. Huh. All right, because we were here at the February low, so we are at the November low now. What was before that? What did we do? We bounced. We hit the November low and we bounced up. So will we hit the November low and at least go to here? Because that'll probably be a major source of resistance. Who knows what the future holds? But right now we're at a November low. All right, get back to the 15. Got us a doji. We don't know what to do. 8 minutes and 17 minutes. We got 7 minutes left on that 15-minute candle. 5 minute candle. Got 2 minutes left on the 5 minute candle. Yeah, looking a little bullish, slightly. Not enough though. Well, let me not talk negative. We're looking good. So we got a minute and 54 on that. Take this down to the 1 minute. 1 minute candle is bearish. 42 seconds. Upside, we need to push up. We're down. We're 300 points down from where we want to be. So, but that's nothing in your cube though, to be honest with you. So, all right. Next candle was green. Five, four, three, two, one. Boom. What we got? All right. A little bit low, a little bit started off higher, but then we hit resistance right here on that 1 minute. So got a lot of work to do. And the volume, I don't know. It looks like they want to pull it down though, to be honest with you, because they got the orders 24,150. It's a lot of orders came in down there. Looking at the heat map now, and to the upside, and 24,450 got 100, got some orders, and 24,300 got some orders coming in. 24,300 has some orders in. 24,250 filling in a little bit. So we're getting some orders in to the upside. 275, 275, getting some orders in at 250. So we're getting some body big, a little big, at least for after hours. 250. So we should be making a move to the upside to 250. But then we'll hit 250 and then, maybe we'll pull back. 25 250. 25 250 is where we got some orders filling in up there. We're at 232. And I don't even know. Sorry, I hit the camera. I think I don't even, do I even have any orders in? I don't think I even got an order in on this stuff. Oh yeah, I do. I'm trying to get out at 25 262. So my order is at 25 262. 275 is building. And yeah, all right. So I ain't trying to get rich. I ain't trying to, obviously, I'm not trying to get rich. If I was trying to get rich, I would have cut that loss. You know what I'm saying? All right, pulling back. Still down 75. Let's see, 25 250. 25 250. Get us a push up to 25 250. We'll be about almost even. Still bull, still bearish a little bit though. Still to the down. hmm Like back here where I got everything at, in my little trading room, I got my weights and stuff set up because this stuff, well, we're pulling back now. Yeah, so we're probably pulling back down to 25. Orders are starting to fill in at 25 215. 25 215. Look for that for the downside. Let's see what happens. 25 215. See how accurate this is. We're at 25 223 right now. 24, sorry, 24 221. Maybe he's just said the last three. 215, there it is. Boom. 215. 215. Got it. Oh, all right, yeah. 215 was the target. We got it. We're down now at 200 again. 200 to the downside. So downside, we'll probably fall off the cliff in a minute and get back down to like 150, 24, 150 or so. 24, 150. They got a huge lot right there, 24, 150. That'll be, what will that be? That'll be the low. The low we were at 24, 168. So, yeah, we were revisiting the bottom again. 24, 250. That's the upside target. Well, actually, our order is 24, 262. That's what we need. Gonna be more downside though first. Definitely can see that. Yeah, this is bearish. 24, 199, 170. See 170. 150 is a huge lot down there. You need a big upside push. Getting some orders filling in at 235. Pop up 235 and get to 250. Let's go. Come on. Wishing your life away. Wishing your life betrayed. Oh, we gotta get back up above. Gotta get up above 218, 220 again. 220, we need to get above 220 and stay. It's a battle. It's definitely a battle going on down here. A lot of orders. 198. Getting some orders building in at, like I said, 150 is the at the bottom. Got 170. We're at 188, 86. Oh, I think I just figured out how to get this how to stream on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, yo. So what I'm gonna do is get off of the stream on TikTok and I'm gonna do this right quick. I'll be back. Thanks everybody that liked my live though. This is my first live, yo. And what we got? We at 199 now, and we are looking for upside to 250. Upside to 250, that's what we're looking for. All right, we're at 200. Like I said, we need to stay above 200 and get upside to 250. Our target is 262. All right, so stocks 5150, y'all. Peace. I'm finna figure out how to do this shit. Let's see. Get out of here. All right, over here on YouTube, we keep bouncing right down here, this bottom part. I so bad want to just cut this and just trade this back to the upside. 150 was the target, right? 164. Here we go, 150. Anyway, Let me figure this out. All right, I'll be back. Let me do this.